So you're thinking about moving to Killeen, or you have PCS orders to Fort Hood, or maybe you're just a Texan looking to explore Killeen in the future. This is probably the video for you. Today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down Killeen into 3 different areas and go over the range of house you can buy there. And then we're also gonna throw out there some places to eat, entertainment, outdoors activities, and then of course, where to find medical treatment or go to the doctor or whatever. If this is your first time to the channel and you like this type of content and you want to see more of it, hit that subscribe button down below, show us some love, and then of course hit that bell icon and select all so that way you can stay up to date on everything Central Texas. I post a video every week, so you'd be one of the first ones notified. My name is Matt Dick. I've lived here in Central Texas for over 12 years, and my team and I absolutely love helping people make that smooth transition into Central Texas, whether that's in 9 days or 90 days. We'd love to help. You can reach out to us. All of our contact info is down below in the description or right here at the bottom of the screen. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to the computer. Let's get the map pulled up. Let's start breaking Killeen down. All right, so let's dive into the overview of the map tour for Killeen, Texas. So we have the big overview of Texas, as you can see, and then of course the red dot's Killeen itself. Again, pretty much centrally located in between Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin. Of course, we got San Antonio and Houston off to the left and right. And then as we zoom in, now I did create this using Google My Maps, and then I was able to create the layers and everything. If you got questions and you want to do something like this, shoot me a phone call, a text message, or potentially DM me, or ask me in the comments and I'll get to you as soon as I can. Here's the outline of Killeen. Now, it did take me quite a bit of time to zoom in and do both of these lines. It's probably not perfect, but I did the best I could, so don't hold it against me. Now, like I said, we did break Killeen down into North Killeen right here, East Killeen, and then West Killeen. Now, if we go over to North Killeen, it's a pretty big area. It's just north of 14. The mall's there. You got all kinds of shopping, food options. Anything you can think of, you can find in North Killeen. Now, you're going to find homes that were built anywhere from like the 50s all the way up to, I think they even have homes in this area that were built in 2025. Now, the give or take price range, 50, 60, 70,000, all the way up to maybe 250, 300,000, just depending on where it's located, is what you're going to find price range in this area. It does have, for sure, if you take Rance here, that dumps right into Fort Hood, and then of course you can get on 14 and hit a couple other gates along 14 to get into Fort Hood. And then of course you can take 14 out to Belton Temple or over into Copper's Cove. Let's head over to Zillow real quick. Let's take a look at some of the houses in this area. So here in north of 14, you can see 230s. They even got some at 350, 400 over here. 399, 170, 160, 98,000, 25,000. So let's take a look at one. Let's do 190,000 house. See what that looks like. Off the bat, you can tell that they've gone through and they've done the remodel. I don't know if it was a flipper that did this or not, but you can tell, at least exterior wise, it's brick, maybe some hardy board. And then of course it has solar, and then it backs up to a green space, so there's not a lot of worry there. And then, like I said, ultimately it looks like they went through and flipped it. I don't know if the owners lived there and flipped it while they lived there or what, but overall not bad. And then of course this is just AI generated staging. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about that. For me, I'm a take it or leave it kind of guy. Also, yeah. Overall, it looks like they didn't do a bad job. Flooring looks really good. I wonder if it's LVP or if it's hardwood floor. That'd be a question, or just a look while I'm walking through. Now, the size of the kitchen does look like it's Formica countertops. I'm not a big Formica guy myself. I'd either prefer like marble or quartz or granite, something like that, just so that way if for whatever reason I can't find a cutting board, I can just cut on it and then go back later and seal it back up if I cause any damage. But this, it's a little bit harder than that if you damage it. So tell me down in the comments what you think about Formica countertops. Overall, I think the cabinetry and everything in the kitchen looks great. Laundry room, I'm guessing that'd be a half bath. Again, that virtual staging. Tub shower combo, it's not too bad. For the price point, I would say overall, this isn't a bad house, especially in, oh, look at the backyard. Looks like they redid the fence a little bit. Yeah, so it's a brick and hardy board. You just got to be careful with the hardy board down here in Texas. Like the sun bakes it. And then, of course, with the humidity and the rain that we get every now and then, you just got to pay attention to it. So overall, not a bad backyard. Probably need to pressure wash the front of the house a little bit, but outside of that, overall not bad. And then, of course, you can see you got the floor plan. So all bedrooms are upstairs, and then yeah, it's a half bath downstairs. So 2.5 bath. That's not bad overall. 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Could be worse. Let's head back over to the map. So North Killeen is a viable option as far as house hunting goes. Now, if we move over to the east side of Killeen, this is where the vast majority of like your parks, shopping, dining, all your big stores are in the east part of Killeen, and then the housing range, you're probably talking somewhere around 100, 125,000, all the way up to 1.2, 1.3, maybe even more, just depending on where it's located and the size of the home and all the things. Overall, not a bad little spot. And then, of course, it butts right up to Harker Heights, just like North Killeen does. And then, of course, it's not too hard to get over to either Dana Peak or Cedar Gap Park. And then, of course, you have Stillhouse Lake there as well. So it's not bad at all. Let's go over to Zillow and see what we can find house-wise over there. So looking at it, I mean, you got houses that are 475, 400. What's this one? 196. This is kind of an older part of Killeen right here as well. So you're going to find houses built in that 60s, 70s, 80s time frame. Maybe even 90s. And then, of course, this down here would be like the newer area. So let's see what that one is. Let's see what we got here. So this is Herring Way. This is going to be all your newer homes. Let's take a look at this one. So right off the bat, 3-car garage. This actually isn't a brick front. It's not a brick rock combo. It's got a nice, I love entry doors. I'm a big door guy if you've been following the channel for a while. And then, of course, it's got the faux wood shutters on the exterior. It's overall not a bad looking. Oh, okay. I see them. I'm guessing this is probably an office, not a bedroom. But I absolutely love a good entryway. And of course, you can see the fireplace right there. It's got that nice rock on it. Looks like maybe like a faux cedar beam wrapping around it, but we'll get to that point. Oh, the island. Love that. I wish there was a beam. I think really tying everything in if there was some beams up here. But yeah, fireplace, rock fireplace. And then, of course, that kind of pulls everything over there. And I'm willing to bet whatever accent is right above the fireplace pulls into the exhaust fan over there as well. Yeah, it's a little bit of shiplap, so it does pull in. Okay, I love these doors. Tell me down in the comments, what do you think of these kind of murky looking doors? I don't even know what they call them. And if you know the answer to that, what kind of door that is or glass that is, I'd like to know. A small dining space, which isn't too bad, but still you'd have that ability to function to where if you had guests that were either sitting at the dining room table or in the living room, but you're in the kitchen cooking or vice versa, everybody would be able to communicate and have a chat while everything's working. Okay. Surprisingly, I really like that wood. And then having the 2 different types of counters, the black with the white, just kind of offsetting everything. I love it. I'm a weirdo like that, though, I guess. Overall, not bad. It's a second bath. I'm guessing that was the office. Primary bathroom or primary suite and bathroom. So you got the tray ceiling, ceiling fan, and then it looks like tile flooring. Is that the way the tile flooring was everywhere else? Yeah, it looks like they got carpet in the bedrooms, but yeah, that tile flooring goes throughout the house. So that's good. You only got 2 types of flooring, which isn't bad. I guess a laundry room, pretty decent laundry room. Oh, and it's connected to the master suite, it looks like. Yeah, double sinks. Yeah, love that. And then it looks like, yeah, so you got your shower and your tub in the same bathroom. Okay, I haven't seen that in a while. Huge closet. I know a lot of people that love closets. Back porch is pretty nice. The only thing I'm really not liking is that slope coming down, but then again, it's harder for people to look in on you when you're out back. Okay. All right, let's head back over to the map. So, East Killeen, pretty nice. I tend to love it. So let's head over to West Killeen and take a look over there. So now, West Killeen, you're going to find a lot of same thing as East. You're going to have like a lot of shops, barber shops, food, restaurants, medical, everything on that Clear Creek corridor right here. Because it dumped right into Fort Hood. And then, of course, being active duty military or going on to Fort Hood from Clear Creek is pretty much a straight shot, because then once you get on post, you got the PX, the Classics, the Commissary, Clothing and Sales, and quite a few of their little spots just right there going on post. Housing here is going to be anywhere between 90,000 up to like 600,000, just depending on the location in this area. For the most part, Yalu Ranch and a couple of these other places, like right over here, the housing is going to be somewhere between, I'd say, like 250, 400, just depending on the size of the home and what that subdivision brings to the table. Let's head back over to Zillow and take a look at what we have in that price. For price range over there. So as you can automatically see, 305, 185, 360, 435, 349, 493. There's just a lot going on house wise. So we did a 400. Let's see if we can do like a 290 to 320. There's a 300K, 299.7. So yeah, let's look at that one. So this one right off the bat, I don't know if that's a rock brick or if it's a brick with like a German schmear, but I can't really tell what's going on with the garage door at all there. And it's kind of dark. It does have like a stone countertop, it looks like, in the kitchen. It does have that big entryway with like either like offices or like additional living spaces to the left or to the right. Gotta love that big mirror, though. It's quite interesting. Now, in the comments, tell me, if you had a dining room like this and it had a mirror like this, would you leave it up or would you take it down? For me, I'd probably take it down. I probably would take it down. But I could see some instances where I'd want to leave it up. I'm not sure on that one. Dining room. I guess that for one of those 2 front rooms, one's a dining room and it looks like the other one's a potential office space or maybe a play space. And this looks like an office space, yeah. And then, of course, you have the kitchen. It seems kind of small, but it does have an eat-at bar. So say if it's just you and a friend or you and a spouse or you and your kids, probably all eat here or at the dining room table. Just depends. And it does look like it's that still same open concept where if you're in the kitchen or in the dining room or in the living room, you can communicate with people in those rooms without having to scream across the house. Fireplace. I like that. Rock fireplace. I'm sure it matches the exterior as well. Bedroom's got carpet in it. I don't know how I feel about this green, though. Maybe if the cabinetry was a different color. I don't know. It's not really doing it for me. the primary suite. I love the tray ceiling. I love the floors. I haven't seen that type of flooring anywhere else in the house, unless they I missed it somewhere. Oh, I guess it's in the hallway. I wonder if they replaced all the carpet. I mean, the fence is looking a little struggle bus here. Not sure what the deal is with the camera, but I'm sure they'll let us know. Backyard looks big. Tons of room for activities back there. Horseshoes, trampolines, above ground pools, in-ground pools, a small in-ground pool, I'm being honest. Or tons of room for kids and dogs, or just to hang out and visit with friends and family. Okay. That's overall not bad. Overall not bad. Let's head back over to the map. Now, so we've gone over the 3 areas. We've looked at some houses. If you needed medical, whatever, if you go, and I think if you hit Google Maps, you should be able to look up Killeen real estate map, and this is going to pop up. I just did a quick search and selected some of the places I know that give good care for medical reason. Now, the one that I couldn't get to pop up, and I still don't know why, is going to be the Baylor Scott and White Family Clinic that are right here, right down the road from Killeen Ford or AutoMax or the Volkswagen Group and all those folks. It's roughly right behind Toyota Killeen, and I think it's the Subaru dealership. There's also a pharmacy right there too. I think it's right there. Yep, pharmacy. See, it's right there. I don't know why it's not. There we go. Let's add it to the map. Yeah, there. Yeah, we can do that. Boom, both added to the map. I'll even throw the pharmacy on there too. Now, all kinds of stuff to do. If you're active duty military, I think you have to go to the hospital on Fort Hood. It's been a while. I don't remember. I got out in 2013. Couldn't really tell you. But overall, not bad. Got tons of medical options, even for civilians. Now, if the Seton Hospital is technically in Harker Heights, it's like right here on the edge. So technically, it's not in Killeen. So, yeah, Seton. So Seton's technically in Harker Heights, and we'll cover that more once we go to Harker Heights in the future. So, medical wise, you got a lot of stuff going out. Now, these are only food is the ones dotted are only the places that I've eaten in the Killeen area, and I absolutely love it. If you're lunch and you're on Fort Hood Street, I think it's Fort Hood Street. Where's it at? No, that's not it. Is that it? That is not it either. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, Mission Taco. So what I love about Mission Taco is that I can get in there for about $10. I can get a drink and 5 tacos, whether that's country or soft. So if you need a quick lunch and you want some tacos and you want it on the cheap shot side because you're waiting for payday, hit up Mission Taco. It's awesome. So food-wise, these are all the places I've been. Again, you can do that, but these are the places I would recommend if you called and asked me where I should go get dinner in Killeen. All kinds of places. If you have questions, let me know. If you've lived in Killeen, currently live in Killeen, and there's somewhere that you absolutely love to eat in Killeen, put it down in the comments. Share that stuff with other people so that way we can go try out the food. So entertainment-wise, there's bowling. You got all kinds of stuff to do in Killeen. Bowling, golf. You can even do, there's movie theaters. There's activities for kids and all the fun stuff. I think it's Urban Air Trampoline and Adventure Park. So if you have kids and they're probably like 6, 7, maybe even 5 or older, and you just want them to burn off a bunch of energy, just go there, go grab a soda, sit down, just make sure they don't leave, and just let them have at it. They're going to have tons of fun. It's a family event. Even you can go in there and do a lot of the events in there as well. So, and then of course Chuck E. Cheese is kind of Always fun. Now, I did put it on here only because my son begged me to while I was doing this map. Boulder's Climbing Center. It's technically in Harker Heights, but he asked me to put it on here. It's got a lot of. It's a climbing gym. Let's click on it. Let's go over there. So there we are. So I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff. You can go in there and climb. They got walls for adults. They got walls for kids. You can do all kinds of different things. There's places to hang out. Bring your own drinks. And they even got it looks like a workout facility. But you should probably check them out too. And again, I'll cover that one once we go over to Harker Heights as well. So outdoors. So outdoors, I would say you got tons of parks in Killeen. There's a couple of walking trails. There's always walk paths throughout Killeen that you can hit. And then of course, for me personally, I've been to Lions Club Park. It's awesome. Tons of stuff, ball fields, everything to do out there. This is actually where I adopted my pit bull when I first got stationed here back in 2013. Now she's like the old grandma of the house. But walking trails, you can just walk all the way around. There's a couple different playgrounds. I believe there's like a aquatics family center there as well. I'm not 110% sure on that one. But there's all kinds of stuff to do. And then of course, you got Dana Peak. That's not too far of a drive. Again, I'll cover that a little bit more in detail once we do Harker Heights in the future. But biking, running, hiking, walking, water, you can't go wrong. That's going to wrap up this map tour of Killeen. If you're looking to buy a home or sell a home in Central Texas, feel free to reach out. All of my contact information should be down below in the description or at the bottom of the screen. If you like this type of content and you want to see more of it, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and select all. And then that way you'll be the first ones to be notified when my next video drops. As always, it's kind of crazy out there. Be safe.